Thank you, Madam Chairman. The difficulty with the opening statement from Councillor Jenkins was that for us to mitigate and to counteract the cuts we're having to make that we'd rather not make, you have to deliver something that's believable. And that's the difficulty with the Lib Dem budget. You have to believe it's something that can be delivered and is not there as simply a political statement. And you're going to hate me for saying it, but that's how I feel. I'll give you an example. The latest amendment that went in as a result of the changes to the budget is to partially mitigate the cuts in demographic funding for young offenders. That's not there because you believe that's the right thing to do. That's there because you've read something that I've written recently. St Neots is another great example. What you've done with St Neots is you've shifted, at best, you've shifted their solution to their problems in order to shift difficult funding decisions beyond the 2 years that your budget suggests. That's exactly what you've done. It is exactly what you have done. What it does is it does send a message, and you've probably read something else I've written. What have the Lib Dems gone against St Neots? Because you were incredibly negative about the Federation that's proving extremely successful at the moment. And this adds to that, and that adds to that feeling that you've got no faith in what's going on there. There's also the issue about business mileage. There's comments and claims made about business mileage. It's almost a, we can do better without articulating how. And I suspect what hasn't gone into that is this thinking about business mileage. As an example, with the changes we're making in children's services, and as a result of the Monroe review that's going on at the moment, the big focus is going to be on making sure that social workers spend more time in front of families and less time behind desks. Fantastically and laudable activity. That is going to increase business mileage for social workers. How much? And there's nothing in there to say that actually some of this stuff, delivering that within children's services, is going to be tough. We still aim to do it. So the Lib Dems have not articulated in any way how they're going to do better, and yet they claim they can. There's no articulation of it at all. The cuts in communications is another great example. It's such an easy thing to do. What it says to me, it doesn't say we're more ambitious than you. What it actually says is we do not understand what communications do. You don't understand the great job that they've done in putting together a vision for the Olympic torch relay, which we hope will be successful. It doesn't say the great job they did, as an example, across the county and across public services in dealing with serious case reviews. It ignores all those issues and just says, actually, we'll smash it because it's an easy public statement to make. It's not deliverable. Your budget isn't deliverable. Council tax is another great one. A few years ago, you were saying we were raising council tax too high. Now you've changed your mind. I think it was the budget you proposed, actually. So that's really interesting too. Nationally and locally, the Lib Dems are great at writing good headlines. Nationally, they've become exposed to making promises on tuition fees they couldn't deliver. Locally, they're making promises they can't deliver as well.